Here we go. We are recording. What's up, Blaine? Our regional South African champ. What's the day today? The
15th, 17th?
17th of December. Man stopping regionals here in South Africa, Cape Town. Let's go.
Gotta do it nice for the Christmas, just to wrap up the year.
Yeah. So how'd you do?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I ended up winning the event. It was pretty fun. I wasn't really expecting too much for it. I just planned to go out there and see what could come with a whole new format. Then since things have changed a little bit since we've had crossover breakers, but it's been good. Yubel's done me well. I felt like this deck was great. I know we even had that ban list from Konami. Props to them for just like implementing it straight away.
Yeah. Spirit gets back to 3.
Yeah, we will get into that. I don't know what Konami is thinking, but yeah. And so let me show you my deck profile.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So for the main deck, we on 3 Samsara, 1 Gravescomber, 2 Spirit, 1 Yubel, 1 Terror Incarnate, with 3 Throne, 1 Terraforming, and 1 Pain. This is the full Yubel package. You don't need to. I've never needed to. I've only played 1 Squirmer. I can understand that it can be an extender sometimes, but I don't feel like it's necessary. Even for the grind, you normally win when it comes turn 3 anyway, without it, so that's fine. For the Broken Engine, which is still going unchecked right now, I don't know why. We have 3 Engraver, 1 Track, 1 Lacrima, and 1 Lorry. Yeah, Fiendsmith is Fiendsmith. This engine's good. I've seen lists that play 2 Engraver, but because of the way I've kind of changed my deck, or the extra deck, to cater for the Phantom hit, 3 Engraver is good. And this also just is my main starter post side, because I cut down on a lot of things. Next up, for the Beckoning Beasts and Urias, is not a deck profile without some proxies,
No, it's not.
3 opening, 1 beast, 1.
I'm glad you took my advice.
It's good. Yeah, I don't know why this came back to 3. I imagine it's probably just to sell the merch that's coming out later for your ball. But this card should have stayed at 1, even with the hit. The only question was to play more than 1 Beckoning Beast, because it's still a starter, but I just felt that I don't like clogging on normal summons.
Yeah, you don't want to, not to this deck.
Yeah, you just want most things live as much as possible, and so the 1 Beast was good. I never needed a second one. Then the 1 Shavara, 1 Chamber. This is just purely preference. You can play Escape, you can play Chamber. I prefer Chamber because there are lines that I need to link off my Rage to further extend, and so I prefer Chamber.
I agree with this list.
Next up, for literally the most broken engine in this deck, I'm playing Kashtira. So 1 Red Soth, 3 Fenrir, double Unicorn, and 1 Birth. I'm playing a massive Kashtira package. I'm literally playing, if I could give you my tournament report in 1 sentence, it would be I'm playing Kashtira with a dash of Yubel. That's how it felt the whole weekend. These cards were phenomenal. They broke every board. They established so much, gave me so much advantage. I always wanted to see a cash in my opening hand, whether I went first, whether I went second, and that's what I saw. Even in the final, like, I think I summoned a cash monster 3 times in that game too. Because these cards are just broken. I don't know how these also have gone unchecked up until now.
They weren't doing anything until now.
Yeah, surprisingly, it kind of phases in and out of the format. Then for my defensive cards, I'm on 1 Kolbai with 3 Ash. These are, like, I had mixed feelings about Ash, but you kind of need to play it to kind of stop the Molchamis. It's more defensive. 1 Fualas, double Perulia with triple Imperm, and I'm playing double Drolan Lockbird. Because of the high cash count, I wanted to play kind of a more board breaking approach, and so Imperm doubles up as a board breaker, and I didn't want to play Ogre, I didn't want to play Veilers, and I just wanted something which could like lock my opponent, have lasting lingering effects. And yeah, that's it. So also because there's 1 Fualas, Drolan doesn't really conflict too much. Because I don't need to think, oh, now I need to either cash out on Joel or on Fualas. And so, yeah, that's it for the main. I'm playing 45 in the main.
45.
Yeah, it helps a lot also when you play like your Chaos Summoning Beasts, your Terror Incarnates, just to not see those too often. For the extra, we have one of the Boy Phantom. Once again, the most broken engine, still unchecked, apart from Lacrima. I don't know why Moon's not hit.
Because we got supers in the OTS, that's why.
I mean, that's not a good enough reason for me. But yeah, Moon being here, the Fiendsmith engine's broken. Rope to Phantom, I was playing 3 in my previous lists, but now 1, you only need 1. 2 is good. 2 would have came up great today, but it's okay. I'll take 1 Phantom and 3 opening, that's okay. For the Unchained, we're playing double Yama, 1 Rage, and then SP is kind of the Unchained card, because that's just bridges.
Honorary Unchained card, yes. SP Unchained Knight.
Technically. Yeah, that's the only time you summon this thing anyway. Then for 1 Caesar, 1 Rogers, the last 2 cards in the extra are your summon backs. So it's Muckraker and the Spicy, which proxy, which
is a Crush Heap.
Crush Heap. So I was playing Crush Heap. Crush Heap was broken this whole weekend. Crush Heap literally turns every single starter you have into a Verudger's end. If you want, I'll just show you like a small basic startup after this with Crush Heap of how your Engraver ends on Verudger's. Whereas before you couldn't be able to do that because you get Fiend locked. And Crush Heap is so nice because you don't get Fiend locked by Muckraker. You don't get you don't need to discard for Muckraker as well. You can also link it off if you need to link it off.
Yep.
But this card also just doubles up as interruption in your opponent's turn when you do collect lines. So yeah, Crush Heap was great. For the Phantoms, I played 1 Crush Heap and 1 Yama. I wasn't playing them before, but now I guess I have space to play them. That's it for the extra.
Speak of the side.
So for the side, the spiciest side, we have the 4th Molchami. We have the 3rd Droll. We have double Nib. I didn't see this card whole tournament. I also didn't need this card whole tournament. Then we have 1 Book of Eclipse. This was my 15th card, but I wanted something which was more versatile into the Rogue, into Urizials, into like just something which was generically good. And Book of Eclipse actually came up. This won me my game into my round 3 game into Blackwings. Ripped my opponent. He tried to Cali lock me. I went end of main. Tried to rank up. Book of Eclipse, and then put up 3 Yubels, and I just slammed hard into his face down.
Nice.
Dissipator, so that 3 5s were kind of eating there. 1 Lightning Storm, and then for the kind of bridges, I'm playing 1 tap, triple tap talents, double thrust, 1 D barrier, and 1 DDG. So because of thrust, I'm now on 3 talents, 3 barrier, 3 DDG, and 3 storm. It literally just makes my whole side deck become 24, 25 card side, just because of how this card's able to double up for things. I know it looks a bit crazy with all these one-offs.
No, not at all.
But it really worked out in the end. I saw what I needed to see when I saw it. Lightning Storm came up, Talons came up. The only thing that never came up was DDG. I just never saw it, but that's about it. And then
only monsters are banished, eh?
Yes, for that turn. So yeah, when they do something to your hand trap you can't play, just thrust into this and then skip the next turn and then you play yourself. And then for the last 4 cards, we are on 1 Red Resonator and 3 Spooky Dogwoods. Until Konami learns how to fix their time rules and end of round procedures, this will always stay on my side. You've got to respect time in this game. I feel this Yubel is basically an FTK deck. What I mean by that is, if I go first and I go uninterrupted, I FTK my opponent. And this deck combos forever. No one breaks through an 8-9 interruption board. And so...
unless the name is you.
Unless we just get lucky. And so... the turns take too long. And then if you do try to break through the board, or you try to push through like a mid-range board, that takes time as well. And you're trying to set up, your opponent's trying to set up, and your time is just burnt. So game 1, you can see going north of 20, 24, 25 minutes. Game 2, maybe it's a quick game, you get like 10 minutes out of that. And then you're left with 10 minutes or less for game 3. And depending on who's going first, like, your opponent's either going to burn you and win, or you're going to somehow gain life, because you're not going to have time to fully play out that turn.
So you played 6 rounds.
We played 5 rounds for the event.
What was your first to fifth round?
Okay, so for kind of a tournament report, round 1 I played Cyber Dragons.
Cyber Dragons at a
Cyber
regional?
Dragons. The spicy rogue going first rounds. It was pretty funny because them being out the meta for so long, I didn't really remember how to play into Cyber Dragons. And so I won game 1, I decided for game 2 to go second, and he made me go first. Damn OTK decks. And so, yeah, I still managed to set up full combo and I won that game, so he wasn't going anywhere. Round 2, I played Gimmick Puppets. Scary deck, FTK deck. For some reason, I just always lose dice roll into this simple deck. Yeah, I don't rate this deck at all, but if the FTK, you're FTK, what can you do about it? Game 1, lost dice roll. He tried to... my hand was Imperm, plus Throne and like 2 other cards. And he opens up with Set Rotation. You love to see it. And so... but somewhere down the line, he ended up just popping his Set Rotation, and my Imperm's in live again. I don't know why he popped the Set Rotation, and then I managed to like kind of not get FTK that turn, but he had some snatch steal for 3, and that won him the game. Game 2, I won easy, and then game 3, I saw Dogwood.
Nice.
And he couldn't FTK me. I got to like 20k life. He kind of hushed his plays because he didn't want to give me too much life, and I pushed through. Game 3, I played Blackwings, a resident Blackwing player. Tried to do me a dirty with his Kelly Lock, as I mentioned before, but I ended up Peruliaing him, and
too strong.
Then I just got the Book of Eclipse and I eclipsed him, and then yeah, we heard about the Displater into the Yubels. Round 4, I played Ben. He's one of the good players in South Africa. Fiendsmith. He's playing crazy things. Fiendsmith as a Mina invoked. I swear this guy cannot just play a normal deck.
No, never.
And it was pretty good. It was intense. I won game 1. Game 2, there was a misplay that I did, and I didn't play it out correctly, which then dragged out the game. And so, fortunately enough, I was able to win that game. And so then proceed to the finals, where I saw Toy, who is
our resident champion.
Yeah, our national champion. I won dice roll for the first time in forever, which felt good. Went first. He hand trapped me. I put up a mid-range board with Fenrir, Wave King, Phantom. Was able to break through with my follow-up. I won that game. And then game 2, I was able to once again Mulcharmy him, and then ended up drawing a good decent amount of cards, and then we had a full-on game in our hands. It was actually intense. I had to navigate through his landmines of 8, 9 interruptions. Thankfully, I had a fat hand to do so, and these Kashtira monsters, my gosh, they put in so much work. Like I said, I summoned Cash 3 times that turn. I think my hand was Raidsoth plus Unicorn. So I was able to just go Raidsoth, grab Fenrir, grab Fenrir, let that through. Somehow removed the first Fenrir, special out the second Fenrir, that got like removed down the line again when I linked it off, got out the Unicorn, and like it was intense. It was really intense. Yeah, that was like, I think just thinking back to Ishizu tier days, I'm actually grateful that we had such matchups, the mirror matchups, because that just allowed me to play these high intensive game plays and to kind of keep track of everything what's going on, and so things worked out in my favor, and I was able to take the dub.
That's awesome, man.
So, yeah.
So happy for you. One of the bigger events in SA, just for you to top, dude. That's amazing.
It feels good wrapping up the year with that. And so we can rest easy over this festive now and enjoy things as it comes.
Yeah, as we go into the new year, new format.
Yeah, we'll play some broken cards for a bit. So let me show you the cross sheep side and why this card is like broken.
Cool.
The nice proxies. So it's literally just your I'll do the engraver start because this is the combo that's like kind of affected the most with this. And so let me just toss the sand traps and stuff to the side. So you go engraver, out your engraver, you get to get trapped. Okay, so all of these one card starts not beating like good hand traps anyway, so you just have to play play. Oh, this actually came up in some match against in Ben, so it was good. You out your Larry, you get your Requiem, you out your Requiem. Where's the Requiem? Here we go. Out the Requiem, get to Lacrima. Lacrima, send your Engraver. Engraver, summon a self back. Yeah. And then get to out these two. Get to your Necro equip. Just for the Fiend type in the graveyard as well. Out these two. Get to your sequence. Shuffle back these two, because you don't want to put back engravers, you kind of need that for later. We'll put these two back. Get to your Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater, send a Fiend, send your Samsara. Here you go into the boy himself, the Cross Sheep.
It's a pretty good looking Cross Sheep.
Amazing. Ghost Red. Now you got Aerial Eater, you banish your engravers. Summon out to the arrow the Cross Sheep points to. Cross Sheep revives your Samsara.
Full combo.
And yeah, now you're not Fiend locked. Now you haven't discarded a card from your hand. You literally, and so from here on, you can just figure it out yourself, and you can get to Verudrus like mad board, crazy board. Whereas before you couldn't do that because you just lock yourself with the
Matraka.
with the Matraka, and so.
And you neg one in the hand.
And you neg one for this tricky. So expensive interview, but sometimes you need it. So that's the deck. I enjoyed this deck. Looking forward to how things go. And so yeah. Oh, if I can, I'd like to give a shout out.
Go for it, dude. Plug yourself.
Huge shout out to Zubair. Yeah, Zubair, he hooked me up with 3 balls. Super big shout out to him. Shout out to JP for getting me the Molchamis. There's a lot of people who bought me cards on the day. Tarek helped me as well. Ramesh was in the mix as well. And so shout out to those guys for just helping me as well. Shout out to Ben also. He got me basically the Kashtiras, and like we kind of theorized and things. It's like a mini testing partner, and so yeah, shout out to the guys for making the magic work, and I've been able to do what I was and to have the luck that I had on the day.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
A shot to Nike Gaming. Guys need to check out this site. I don't know why South Africans are not using the site over the other ones. This is literally the best site we have in South Africa, so shout out to JP and for having me on the channel.
Yeah, thanks, man. Always appreciate it. Cheers. We'll catch you in this one. Like, share, and subscribe. Cheers, guys. Bye.